What's up, everybody? JC here with another live stream, Sunday live stream. We missed last week, but back at it today. And today, got a couple of things, few things I wanted to try and accomplish today. So first of all, I have over in the review station M.O.D.O.K figure, so the new Hasbro one, and something that's been a question that's been on my mind since this figure was first announced is how exactly would it stack up to the Toy Biz, the original Toy Biz Build-A-Figure version, which I think is one of the best figures that Toy Biz did back in the day, and so we'll see how it holds up with the new $50 Super Deluxe version that Hasbro just released. But besides that, I also just arriving today in the mail, I got this package. So I thought we would open this up. It is from Hasbro Pulse. It's something I purchased. I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Something I've been waiting almost a year for has finally arrived. So we'll open that up and take a quick look at it. And then of course, as always, we'll see who's in the house and what questions and things that are on your mind in the world of action figures, and we'll talk about that stuff as well. So let us see. We've got the Krang Rebellion is in the house. Rainbow Rare. Home Dude, what's up? The Collector. Sky Mebio, is that how it says? What's up? Jack's in the house. Lord Venger. Mr. Jenkins. Quinn Comics, as always, is in the house. Blake, how you doing, my man? Tyler. So it looks like we got a pretty full house. YF says, I found the Masters of the Universe Origins Castle Grayskull in the new Black Series Boba Fett. Nice finds. I have not seen the Grayskull playset in any physical stores. I did just recently manage to find the Hordak figure that I'd been looking for, and also Ninjor. They had the entire wave with Triclops and Stratos as well at my local Target last weekend, and I already had Stratos and Triclops. So, and I had seen Ninjor before, but I passed on him. But I went on and got him along with Hordak last week. So I'm pretty caught up. The Target exclusive 2-pack, the evil 2-pack with the Skeletor and Trapjaw before they became Skeletor and Trapjaw. That's a Target exclusive. I haven't seen it in stores yet. I might, if I do see it, I might pick it up. But if I don't, I won't sweat it. Oh, and I got my Boba Fett from Big Bad Toy Store. So I have not seen that one in shelves, but I do have that one as well. You finally gonna get your Emma Frost, Jack says. Yeah, that's probably a good possibility. Quinn's Comics has 12 of the Castle Grayskulls coming to his shop. Nice. Logan X says his M.O.D.O.K will be here on Wednesday. So I was not going to get the Hasbro M.O.D.O.K because I am, to be quite honest, completely content with the Toy Biz one. Now, if you don't have the Toy Biz one, the Hasbro one I think is a pretty nice figure, but I'm kind of giving it away. But I do think the Toy Biz one still actually wins the day overall. But of course, not everybody has access to that figure, didn't get it when it originally came out, which I did. And, obviously, if you don't have the Toy Biz one, then I think the Hasbro one is a nice fill-in. But I wasn't going to get it because I had the Toy Biz one. But then I saw it available on Target last Sunday when they first... basically the official release date, at least at Target, was last Monday. And so I was going online and they had it available at my store. I basically just bought it online and then went and picked it up at my store that same day. So it was so easy, and I said, what the hell? So that's why I ended up getting it. Valdez says, man, what's up? Greetings from El Paso, Texas. Salutations to you, my friend. David Jones, how have I been? I've been doing pretty good. This last week has been kind of slow on the news front. I mean, last Monday we had the Hasbro reveals for Marvel, but then it was kind of the rest of the week it was actually pretty slow. Now we do have another official Hasbro Marvel Legend reveal coming tomorrow, because tomorrow will be the first Monday of May. So if you stick through the end of the video, maybe I'll tell you what it is, or at least give you a pretty good hint. But now this won't be a live stream tomorrow. This will be one of those where it just goes up for pre-order. Who knows if it'll leak out early or not, but tomorrow afternoon, I think 1:00 p.m. Eastern time is when it's supposed to go up for pre-order. But it's not like going to be a live stream video or anything from Hasbro. It's just one of those where we get the official images and it goes up for pre-order and everything. Yes, Quinn, 2 days until May the 4th, the Bad Batch premieres on Disney Plus. Hasbro will be having a live stream for Star Wars on Tuesday. So it's funny how I always laugh, because it seems like everything now has its own day. Like I think last week we had Alien Day. I mean, I like aliens, but come on. Does it really deserve its own day? Even Star Wars a little bit, I think, is pushing it, but with the whole May the 4th, May the Force, I get the gimmick. But yeah, so we should be getting some reveals on Tuesday for Star Wars, hopefully some good ones. And then, of course, as Quinn Comics says, I think it's longer than one episode. I want to say it's like 70 minutes or something worth of Bad Batch that we're getting on Wednesday, or Tuesday, I'm sorry. And then I'm not sure what's the official day. I would assume it's going to be a Friday. So I don't know if like there's going to be another episode this coming Friday or what. Stanley's Toy Channel, what's up, man? Blake says Black Suit Spider-Man in the new Buck. I guess that's what you're hoping to see on Monday. Joseph says, what's up, El Paso? He is in Houston, so got a few folks from Texas in the house, it looks like, tonight. All right, well, let's get this box open. So this was, like I said, this just arrived today, so I was like, what the hell, we're doing a live stream, so let's open it up. I wasn't, like, it's Sunday. This is like the second time I've gotten a package on a Sunday. So I wasn't really expecting it to arrive today, but I did get an email notification saying that it had shipped, so I'm pretty sure I know what this is. Pop these things. It's not as fun as bubble wrap. All right, so yes, so it is. If you can't tell from this plain brown box, this is this last year, so it's been almost a whole year. San Diego or Hasbro Pulse, whatever you want to call it. Marvel Legend exclusive Hellfire Club box set. So I think I ordered 3 of the Pulse exclusives last year. I got the Transformer one, which that one arrived pretty quickly. And then I got the Cobra Commander, and that one just arrived a couple weeks ago. And then this was the final one that I had gotten. And while I had to wait a while, I'd rather wait a while than pay their damn $50 premium fee, which frankly I think is a ripoff. But yeah, so, and I got in the Hellfire Club goons, which I missed when they first went up on the website, but later on they offered it again, and I got those a few weeks ago as well. So I got 2 of those. Oh, it's taped. We'll cut it. So being that San Diego this year again is essentially, physical is canceled. I'm assuming Hasbro will do something similar with another Pulse event where they'll offer their exclusives. So I'm sure a lot of you, if may already have this, or definitely seen plenty of pictures and everything. But overall, pretty cool set. Yeah, this is a nice set. Emma, Shaw, Jean, Selena, whatever you want to, whichever version you want to call her. Oh, and Donald Pierce, of course. So cool, cool, cool. So let's see what. Joey says, without spoilers, are you excited for the Marvel Monday reveal you know about? Yeah, I would say this is going to be one of the better ones that they've done for the regular first month or first Monday of the month reveal. So yeah, I would say I'm kind of excited for it. It's one that we've been waiting a pretty long time for. I think a lot of us. So recent hunt. Anyone know what's happening with GI Joe June? I have no idea. Major Blood, the Target exclusive Major Blood figure is supposed to be out this month. Probably around the 15th, somewhere in the neighborhood of the 15th or 19th. I'm seeing more and more of them pop up on eBay, which says to me they're probably starting to hit some Target stores now, and somebody slipping them out the back. But and that's one that I really want to try and get. I'm not gonna. I refuse to pay secondary market prices for it, and I don't even know. You know, I'm really hoping that either whether it's through Target or even Hasbro Pulse, assuming they make enough available for everybody, not just premium members and only a sliver of premium members like they did with the Cobra Viper and the Firefly the other week, which I think was ridiculous. But I'm really hoping that they make Major Blood somewhat readily available for people to buy it online, because I mean my Target just sucks in general. And so, I mean, I have gotten lucky with the last two rounds of Cobra Island figures, but with the Viper and Firefly, I had to go well over an hour to a store and then wait hours for them to bring it out for me to get one of each of those figures. So, in other words, I'm getting pretty tired of jumping through these hoops just to get a figure. So, if I can't get Major Blood at somewhat reasonably easy, regular price, I may just pull the plug on collecting this line, because I've about had my limit with it. And it's a shame because I think it's one of the best lines out there going right now. And the Blood figure, from everything I've seen, looks like a really nice figure. So Blake says, is it retro carded? Again, I assume asking about Monday's reveal. Just for you, Blake, I will tell you, no, it is not retro carded. Toymaster 54 got the M.O.D.O.K at Target yesterday. Only had one there. Sweet. Yeah, so I hit Walmart. Is it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I didn't have time to go to Target, but I hit the Walmart up, and I saw I missed, like, they had one GI Joe classified Cobra Commander figure on the peg. So I assume that means they got the Flint and Lady J wave in. But since I wasn't there when the store first opened, I'm sure I missed my chance at getting those. I do have them on pre-order, so I'm not that worried about those two. They'll show up eventually. But they didn't have really anything else. My Walmart, just barren wasteland. Quinn's Comics. I ordered heavy on the Marvel Select Watcher re-release, so all my customers can get them at regular retail and not at scalper prices. Nice. Yeah, I saw like Big Bad Toy Store. They sold out. Like they put it up at night, and then it sold out by the next morning. So I don't know how many they ordered, but I bought that figure when it first came out. I still have it. So it's a good figure. It's been my watcher go-to watcher for, works pretty well with Marvel Legends. So it's possible. I wouldn't be. I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I would not be surprised if we ended up getting a watcher figure as the Build-A-Figure for the second Disney Plus wave. Based on the What If series. So we might actually get a Marvel Legend watcher here in the somewhat near future. Again, that's just pure speculation on my part. I don't have any info on what the Build-A-Figure for the second wave is, but just based on the promo art that we've seen for the show, and being that the watcher is going to be, I think is going to be pretty predominant, just like in the comics. He's going to be pretty predominant in that What If series. Seems like a perfect choice for the Build-A-Figure for the second Disney Plus wave, which is going to be mostly, What If based figures. Martinez, yes, tomorrow is the first Monday of May, which means we will be getting a Marvel Legend reveal tomorrow. Unless it leaks out early, like tonight or something, in which we'll have it tonight. But tomorrow, like the last two live streams that Hasbro did, we had images leak out right before with the Iron Man wave, and then last week it was the winter or the Disney Plus wave, and I'm pretty sure both of those leaks came from Amazon. And like one of the Amazon foreign sites, I think keeps throwing stuff up early. Though regular Amazon put the Disney Plus wave up the night before for pre-order. Not that, I mean, you could pre-order it anywhere, so it wasn't that big a deal, but they didn't put images up, but they did make the figures, at least for a little while, available for pre-order. Mephisto would be a great figure. Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't think we'll get Mephisto until we see him pop up in like the MCU or something. Dark Vader. No Galactus, according to Sharmus Prime. I I don't know where you saw him say that, but I really don't think he knows. So if he actually said 100% no Galactus for HasLab, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to see the context in which he said it, but generally, I mean, for something like that to leak out, it would have to come directly from Hasbro, and I seriously doubt that they're going to be telling anybody what that is until they announce it. So, and my money is still on Galactus. Fantastic car. I just don't think would sell that well. I mean, probably would maybe sell enough to meet their quota, but I think Galactus would sell 3 times better, and so my money is still on Galactus. Oh, there he is. Chartimus Prime in the house. 100% Franklin Richards. No, I mean, I have Franklin Richards. I don't need another one. So, uh, Franklin Richards, yeah, that would we do probably need an updated Franklin Richards, but that I would laugh my ass off if they tried to do that as the Hasbro HasLab. It would be, it's kind of like when they started doing the little mini figures for the Build-A-Figure, like the Hit Monkey and stuff. It's like, okay, here's Franklin. And it can be yours for the low price of $29.99. Jerry says, "Who'd pay $300 for a fantastic car?" I do, if it was nice, really detailed, and big, and all that, had the detachable cars and everything. I think there would be people who would pay $300. I mean, I've seen people spend a lot more money for a lot less. So I do think there would be people who would buy it. I just don't think it would be as many people that would buy the fantastic car as there would be, Galactus. Franklin Richards comes with pocket dimension. And then we could have like young Franklin Richards, and then I remember when they made him like an adult for a while, and they started, what was it, Fantastic Force or something. So you could get Franklin Richards through the ages, so it'd be like a box set or something. Martinez, thank you, my friend, for the Franklin Richards. Appreciate it, man. Always do when you guys make the super chat donations. All right, so let's head back over to the review studio. So get a little extra lighting on in there. So first of all, you may notice something a little extra in there. So I threw him in there. And I did a review the other day of the Marvel Select figure, which honestly I was pretty disappointed in. And then I opened up this toy box one, and man, they really went all out with like the features on this guy. So like he's got articulated wings, like he's got articulation here and here, and you can do the wings up and down. So you can rotate them up and down. So, and they also just pop out. But then they even included a way so that you can put his shield on the back of the figure. So, that to me is like a feature that I really want. I mean, the Hasbro one technically will allow you to do it if you get a shield with a peg on it, which they don't actually include with their Falcon figure. But but Disney with their toy box line, gave us a shield and the ability to attach it. Now, granted, the shield is not MCU accurate. In fact, it's kind of weird because they put these holes like for the markings. But I thought, this was actually a really cool figure. For the money, it's like a $12 figure, so I think this is actually a better figure than the Marvel Select one. Now, granted, he does have this big goofy grin on his face, but I like it. I'm digging it. So glad I ended up picking this one up. Now, if you're wondering, with like if because every time we get a Falcon with wings, somebody always asks, will the wings fit on the Marvel Select Falcon Cap figure, the comic book base one? And the answer is no, not off the bat. The peg on the backpack is a little bit wider than the hole on the Marvel Legend figure. So, you could shave this off if you wanted to a little bit, or you could, drill out the hole a little bit on the Marvel Legend one. Same thing with the Marvel Select figure. Uh, that one, the peg on the backpack is way wider than the hole on the Marvel Legend figure. So let's see. All right, so we got both versions here. Now, again, so this is the Hasbro one, of course, and this is the Toy Biz one. Now this was originally a Build-A-Figure, and this is a $50 Mega Deluxe figure. So you do get some extra things with the Hasbro version. You get this extra face piece, so you can have multiple expressions. That's not something that was included with the Toy Biz version. You also get an extra pair of hands. Of course, with the Toy Biz one, you get the articulated fingers, so you really didn't need extra hands. And then I'm not going to demonstrate it here, but you can open up the Hasbro one and you can stick the accessories in there, store it. So I'll give the point when it comes to like accessories to Hasbro with the extra face. But when you're looking at these, so just look at the detail on this on this Toy Biz one. I mean, the paint, I mean, yeah, this is pretty common with all the Toy Biz figures. Let me zoom in a little bit here. So it's so much more detailed with the lips and the teeth. Yeah, almost looks like real teeth. And then the skin tone with the, the different tints there, different paints, the wash and everything. It looks so much more realistic. Again, the Hasbro one is not bad. So this isn't to say the Hasbro one is a bad figure. It's just when you look at the detail on the Toy Biz one compared to the Hasbro one, you definitely, you notice some things are missing on the Hasbro one. Now the Hasbro one is bigger overall, so you can see, here side by side, that the Hasbro one is definitely bigger. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like both work well size wise. So I don't know if the extra size really adds a whole lot. Let's see. Omega says you can swap out M.O.D.O.K's propulsion effect with Professor X's if you have the white blast. Sweet. I didn't thought about that, but so yeah, and you get the rotating base here, and that's the same on both of them. But again, even like the blast effect, look at the detail with the smoke and, the different colors on the red portions. It comes out looking a lot better. You got to give Toy Biz a lot of credit for what they accomplished with the original line. I mean, most figures of Toy Biz do not hold up well compared to the modern Hasbro sculpts. This is one of the few, I think, that does. But even the ones that don't actually hold up, you still get amazing detail and paint quality and everything. So another thing where I kind of feel like the Toy Biz one works. So they both have double hinged knees, but the Hasbro one, like I said, gives you the articulated fingers, but you also get double hinged elbows. Not that it's not like M.O.D.O.K's a super articulated guy, but you get only the single hinged elbows on the Hasbro one. So I got to give the articulation to the Toy Biz. Now they both have the little articulated joystick for their chair. So the Toy Biz one just rotates up and down. The Hasbro one is on a ball joint. So you get a little more movement there with the joystick. And then on the back, again, just the detailing to me, the Toy Biz one just looks better. So, and I also like on the Toy Biz one, you get, now this figure is much older, so like you got some where the paint, yeah, they've used this metallic blue like on the gloves and the boots. So nice little extra detailing. Whereas they just use this kind of purplish plastic. Yeah, the legs look very plastic to me on this one. So, long story short, I've got to give the win to Toy Biz. I still think the Toy Biz figure overall is the better figure. Again, not to say the Hasbro one is bad, and if you don't have the Toy Biz one, then I would recommend, if you're a fan of M.O.D.O.K, I'd recommend you getting the Toy Biz one. But if you already have, or the Hasbro one, I should say, but if you already have the Toy Biz one, unless you just are a completist or what have you, I don't really think you need to get the Hasbro one in this case. Very rare instance where the Toy Biz one holds out over the modern sculpts from Hasbro, but in this particular case, I do think that Toy Biz still holds the win for M.O.D.O.K. So let's see. Eric says he's happy with the Toy Biz, but the Hasbro does look good. Yeah, I mean, again, and if you weren't holding the two to get, like, if you didn't have them side by side like this, you probably wouldn't even occur to you. Because again, the Hasbro one's a solid looking figure. It's just when you start seeing all the little extra detail that the Toy Biz one has, it really, it just it just kind of makes the Hasbro one look worse than it is. Winger Loose says, how does one get the Toy Biz one? What's the aftermarket price on it? I honestly don't know. I got mine by buying the Wave back in the day when it came out. So again, if you don't have the Toy Biz one, I would say this Hasbro figure is a solid enough figure that I wouldn't recommend going and paying second. I'm sure the Toy Biz one probably goes for a decent price on the secondary market. So I'm not suggesting you go hunt the Toy Biz one down if you don't already have it. I think the Hasbro one is definitely adequate, and unless you can find the Toy Biz one for under $50, which I would tend to doubt if it's in good shape and everything. But I honestly have not been on eBay and have not looked to see what the secondary market prices on the Toy Biz one is. But Modam would be cool, says Buckwild. Well, I mean, he's got the new series, so if the new M.O.D.O.K series ends up doing well, and everything I've seen looks like it might be pretty good. I mean, it's done with humor and everything, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more M.O.D.O.K related stuff from Hasbro down the road. And let me know. So with the review studio, I've updated the camera there. So let me know, if the quality. It's hard to tell on my end with streaming and everything, but let me know, if everything came out looking good. If you got a good look at both figures and stuff, because I'm really trying to perfect that. Kind of doing like little mini reviews during these live streams. So let me know how this one came out. What's up, Kyle? Let's see. It's 8 o'clock. So I don't that pretty much wraps up my agenda for tonight. Looking at the M.O.D.O.K and opening the package that arrived today. So if you guys have any questions. Christo says he will be repainting the Hasbro one. I wish I had that kind of skill, but if I tried to repaint the Hasbro one, it would look 20 times worse, not better. Martin says, mini review looks nice. Cool to see details live. Yeah, that's kind of my thinking. It's like where we look at the figure together and then, you guys can share your thoughts as well as my own, as opposed to just a standard review where, I don't know. I did that Marvel Select review the other day, but I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. So I like to kind of still get my hands on the stuff and really kind of look at it, but I'm not really looking to get back into regular reviews on any kind of normal basis. CM Brock says the Toy Biz M.O.D.O.K goes for between 70 and $90 used. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Which, I mean that's $20 if you can find it for 70, especially if you are a completist, you might try and pick it up. But again, overall, if you don't have the Toy Biz one, I would say the Hasbro one is a solid figure. The only John Estrada says the only downside is every Falcon cap is that the lenses aren't translucent. Well, the Hasbro one they are. You can actually see his eyes through the lenses on the upcoming Hasbro one. They made a point to state that in the live stream on last week, or on Monday. So that one, the Marvel Select doesn't have it, and of course the Toy Box one doesn't either. But upcoming Marvel Legend one will have the translucent lenses, and I'm really hoping that they didn't really. I mean, they showed kind of some articulation with the wings, but I'm really hoping you can get it in some poses like forming that body shield like you did in the episode, things like that with the wings. I'm really hoping, the wings. The downside to these wings and why I probably wouldn't recommend you using these with like a Marvel Legend figure is they do come off looking a little small. So, you can't, they're pretty articulated, but they're kind of small. So you can't really do the whole body shield thing very well. But I am hoping that, the Hasbro one will allow us to do things like that. There's also the Hot Toys one that was announced this week later in the week, which looks pretty good if you're into Hot Toys and you want to spend that kind of money. But those wings look really nicely detailed and articulated and everything as well. Garrett, yes. NECA is going to be making more Gargoyle figures. We should be getting another reveal here pretty soon. I think they're waiting for final approval to be able to show it, but they essentially said they were going to be like showing one a month, and they had a whole line planned out for it. So, and from everything I've heard, the first figure sold well. So yes, more Gargoyle figures from NECA should be coming soon. Maxwell says my Apocalypse Wave Wolverine just broke and he's way too expensive to try and replace. How do you deal with expensive figures breaking? I usually break down and cry when that. No, honestly, if I guess not totally joking, but I get kind of. But I mean, there's not much you can do if an expensive figure breaks other than try and repair it. I don't know how yours broke, so I don't know if it's something that's repairable. But I've had that happen before, when especially older figures, which is why I try generally not to handle them as much. I put them on a shelf or I put them in a box or whatever. Bean says, which wave do you think the classic Hercules will be part of? Some are suggesting it's going to be a fan channel exclusive. I have checked and I've not seen any indication of that at this point. That doesn't mean it's not. However, to me, it doesn't fit the profile of a typical fan channel exclusive. It seems like it's mostly a new sculpt. Generally, fan channel exclusives are repaints or what have you with modifications. But store exclusive to me would, a specific store like a Target or such would make more sense. Originally, I was thinking perhaps because I got confused because they keep changing the release dates around, and I had done a quick Google check just to see when they had listed the new Thor movie, and they were still showing an old date of February of next year. And if it was coming out in February, that would put the, we know there's a Thor wave coming, which I'm sure is probably going to be a mix of comic and movie based figures from the new Love and Thunder movie. So my thinking was, if the Thor movie was coming out in February, that means we could see the Thor wave as early as like late December start to hit shelves. And that would be the most logical sense for it to show up, is in a Thor wave like that. Especially since, there are indications that Zeus is going to be in the new Thor movie. And if Zeus is going to be in the new Thor movie, that, one has to wonder how soon it is before we see Hercules show up in the MCU. But it actually looks like the Thor movie is not coming out until May, which means we definitely wouldn't see a Thor wave until, next year sometime. So, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, they said this Hercules figure would be out this year, so probably at the very end of the year. So again, that puts it back in probably the most likely some type of exclusive. Again, some are suggesting fan channel, but we'll have to wait and see. But I don't know. Buckwild says classic Hercules will be in an upcoming Avengers wave with Tigra. I mean, I can't say that's impossible. However, I will tell you, I've seen no indications of an Avengers wave coming out this year. So if there was, the next Avengers wave likely probably is not due out until next year. And again, there's the Thor. I mean, I would, which is probably the equivalent of the Avengers wave. I would say the perfect fit is a Thor wave, but as I said, I'm pretty sure Hasbro said in the live stream on Monday that the Hercules figure would be out this year. Kyle says, I don't know if you talked about this, but I found the regular Shang-Chi wave for $20 and Caddy for $22 at Target. So they didn't have the price hike yet. Yeah, I noticed that. So the MSRP put out by Hasbro for that wave is it was stated as the new MSRP at $22.99, but then it looked like everyone started selling the regular figures at only $19.99. So I don't know. There is a price hike coming, so there's no doubt in my mind that that's going to happen. But originally, from the information I'd seen, we weren't going to see it until, later waves towards the end of the year. So, I mean, I didn't know when the Shang-Chi wave was coming out, but I wasn't expecting it to be 22, 99. But that's in the press release that Hasbro put out for that wave. That's what they stated the MSRP was. But maybe they adjusted it or what have you. But it does look like everyone is selling those now essentially at the $19.99 price. The Iron Man wave, however, other than Target online, is at the new price of $22.99. So, and I think I talked about this in a live stream before, but the thing to note with some of the big box retailers is, in an effort to try and squeeze out the little guy, they might hold the price down on some of these figures for a little bit. They get, generally big retailers like Target, Walmart get much bigger discounts because they order so much more product than the small guys. So they can kind of afford to keep the price down at least for a little bit, so that essentially to try and put out of business the small guys. That's a tactic that you see used with many things with the big box retailers. I mean, it's great from the consumer standpoint. The lower price you can get, the better, but it does suck, in my opinion, for the small retailers, comic book shops, e-tailers, things like that. Um, when Target's like selling them for $19.99, but nobody else can afford to do that, other than maybe Walmart. Nobody else can afford to do that because the MSRP has actually gone up on the figures. Michael says the Kevin Smith Masters of the Universe series is going to have a 4-issue prequel comic book series. I've not heard that, but I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they do a regular, just a comic book series. However, isn't it like, as I understand it, the Kevin Smith cartoon isn't the original Filmation Masters of the Universe cartoon essentially a prequel? It's supposed to be a continuation as I understand it. So Lord Vanguard, do I know when or where the Werewolf from American Werewolf is going to be available? I would assume it's going to be available everywhere. I have not heard anything about that line being a Target exclusive. Someplace like Walmart or Target might get first dibs on it, but they have not yet announced, when it's, the Wolf itself is going to go up for pre-order. They released another teaser the other day for it, but they have still not given any details. But as far as I know of, that I'm assuming that will not be a Target exclusive or a retailer exclusive line, and will be available everywhere. Tyler says his Walmart in Canada already bumped everything up to $32.99. I assume that's the equivalent of $23 here in the U.S. But yeah, that sucks. And with like that caddy I always want to say caddy because I don't spell Kathy like that. It's weird. But Kathy is some targets are actually listing her with $27. That's why when we first reported about it on Marvelous News, we had said it was going to be $27 because that's how some targets had it listed, but then they adjusted the price. But I don't know. There's like been some fluctuate like back when that Maestro Hulk figure, that was showing a higher price originally, and then like they brought it down to the normal deluxe price. So Tyler, what do I think they will reveal tomorrow? Well, I know what they're going to reveal tomorrow, and I might tell you at the end, or at the very least, I'll give you a hint. Chris says NECA's Ultimate showing up in Oregon Fred Meyer stores in electronics section. Like something that was an exclusive to Target or Walmart, or just in general. I'm not surprised. I thought they always carried some NECA stuff. Damien, no. I have no Thundercat news. Looks like we just got the next wave of turtle figures revealed last week from Super 7, and then this coming week they're going to reveal the second wave of their Disney Ultimate figures. They teased one last week, and they're supposed to be announcing that this coming week. But I suspect they're not going to reveal anything more for Thundercats until they at least get either Wave 2 or Wave 3 shipping. And last I heard, Wave 3 is likely going to ship before Wave 2. But when exactly it's going to ship, I don't know. Blake, Drax the Destroyer tomorrow. No. However, if Hasbro ever does a comic book based Drax, I hope it's based on his original look, not like his more modern looks. Yes, Quinn Super 7 announced I think several months ago that they were going to be raising their prices on figures. So, and I think Hasbro officially announced their price increases coming to their products last week during their investor where they reported their quarterly results. I think from everything I've heard, you can probably expect price hikes on most toys and action figures from everybody, not just Hasbro or just one company. Kyle says, I wish we got a different costume for Loki, either his time variant prisoner outfit or the upgraded Avengers costume, but I'm just happy we're getting Loki before the show. I was hoping for like the, where he's running, looks like he's got the Loki pin and he's got the green jacket and everything. I was hoping for that version. But remember, there should be a Loki figure in the second wave. It's the only non what if figure in the second wave. So we're gonna get another crack, and I assume it's actually Loki, though I won't say 100% if it's actually Loki, but my guess is it'll be another version of Loki. Jerry says my money's been sleeping with Wave 2 Thundercats for a year now. Yeah, I mean, it's like I just want to I just want to complete, the main Thundercats, and I have Wily Kit and Wily Cat from Mattel. So I'm just really waiting for Tigra, Chitara. Yeah, I think yeah, the Tiger and Chitara are the two main ones I'm waiting for. Blake, once again, man, awesome. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the live stream and the review. Close up comparison look good. Appreciate it, man. Number one fan, Blake. So awesome, dude. Again, every whether it's $2 or $50, or $100, which Blake has been known to do, it's always much appreciated. But definitely, Blake, I very much appreciate it. Loki is Al Bundy figure. Kyle says, I feel like there's so many characters in the Loki show. I would love an Owen Wilson figure. Well, I mean, I'm assuming while we know there's a second wave of Disney Plus figures coming, very good chance there'll be a third wave and a fourth wave and a fifth wave as long as they continue to do Disney shows. So, we're getting two waves this year, but we'll probably at least get two waves next year and maybe even 3 year, three waves next year. So we'll have to wait and see. Michael says the McFarlane Suicide figures will be released in October, November. That sounds about right. I'm still waiting. Yeah. When are they going to tell us when that shirted Darkseid figure from the Justice League Snyder Cut movie? When are they going to tell us that when that or where that thing's going to be released? I mean, they said July is probably when we would see it, but they still haven't told us where. So I would really like to know where that figure is going to be released. Yellow Jacket. I'd love a 90s Excalibur Kitty Pryde post Fatal Attraction costume. I would suspect you might get your wish later this year. I still think that Hasbro's going to do a Excalibur Classic Team box set as an Amazon exclusive. So Iron Lion, is tomorrow's reveal X-Men? No, I'm not going to elaborate, but based on your question, I'm going to say no. Do I have a spot for the HasLab Sentinel? I do. I'm going to put him up in my main office with the other Sentinels that I have. Kyle, do I think the Black Widow 2-pack was planned before COVID, or do you think COVID made them create the 2-pack so that they could have some Black Widow product in stores for the new release date? I don't think it was planned to be released with the original round of product. Would it have still been released if COVID hadn't happened and the delay of the movie? My guess is yes, like they often do with much of the product. But I think it probably worked out well to have it for the actual, closer to the actual release of the movie. Um, but I do feel like they probably would have done that even if COVID hadn't happened. It just would have been released later, as they often do, where they give us more accurate movie figures after they've seen what it actually looks like, because the first round of stuff is usually based on the concept art so that they can have it out at the time with the actual movie. See, about 8:30. I'll take a couple more questions, and then I think we'll probably wrap it up a little early tonight. Kyle, I saw James Gunn mention he has been looking at toys, so I'm guessing he means McFarlane Suicide Squad figures. Probably. I mean, it's possible Spin Master could do some stuff, but it would be too be kid friendly, and Suicide Squad isn't really. I don't know. I forget. Does Suicide Squad have an R rating? I think it does. When is the Batman with goggles on his eyes getting released? Who knows when McFarlane will tell any of it? Yeah, that's another one. I mean, the only reason we even know that, well, we saw the image leak out, but I actually I missed the one of those images that leaked out originally had goggles over the eyes. God forbid that you actually make the goggles an actual accessory, instead of making people buy two versions, one with goggles up and one that are down. But I guess Mattel probably did that as well, I think so. Jerry says you can place your thunder tank like climbing a wall. Saw in an episode of Hulu. Yeah, I saw that episode. It's been in the. It goes under the water too. It acts like a submarine. But my guess is that thing's going to be pretty damn heavy. So I don't know how easy it would be to get it on your wall. But I have a shelf that I have to clear off still. But I've got like at least a year to do that. But I found a place that I'm going to put it. So I just hope by the time the tank comes out that we've gotten all the main team members. What's up, Henry? I've been doing good. How about yourself? So I finally I finally watched this weekend. I binge watched the first two seasons of Titans on HBO Max, and I gotta say I was actually it was pretty good. Um, the costume designs are really good, and they like the people they got to play the characters. I thought they did a fabulous casting job with the show. There was a few plot points that I thought was kind of weak. Um, like in the first season, they had the big build up, and then it was like they kicked the bad guy's ass in like 2 minutes. So I felt like the payoff was a little lacking in the first season, and then the second season I thought dragged a little bit in the middle. Well, there's don't forget, Michael. There's going to be two versions of King Shark. There's the gold label one, and then there's the build a figure version in the regular wave. I don't know what'll be the difference between the two. But anyway, so I liked the Titans. I thought the Titans was actually overall, it was much better than the more recent seasons of the CW shows, DC CW shows. So and it was cool seeing like we kind of saw Batman and we saw Bruce Wayne, but then I thought it was cool that they brought in characters like Connor Kent, uh, Aqualad, and there's a third season coming. It's supposed to be out later this year, so I'm looking forward to that. Though one of the things, and I assume most of you have seen it by now since both seasons have been out in some form for a bit. So if you were planning on watching it, I assume you have by now. So, but I thought it was funny because Dick Grayson, they kind of forgot at the end. It seems like that Dick Grayson is now an escaped convict, wanted felon. Um, you know, he broke out of jail, and they're just like, oh, we'll just go about our business as usual now. Thanos the Mad Titan. I have not yet watched Doom Patrol. I watched the episode with them in the first season of Titans, so I will probably check that out as well. But I have not yet watched that one. Kyle says Titan season 1 was supposed to have an extra episode, which later became the season 2 pilot, but they thought the episode would be a better pilot. I think it was a terrible decision. Well, it felt like season 1 really didn't conclude until like the first episode of season 2, so I thought that was weird. I mean, it didn't stick out that much to me because I watched it all, after it already been released, but I did feel like that was kind of weird. And the other thing I thought was kind of weird is how 90% of the time they would like go into action in just their civilian clothes. Like they only put on their costumes like a few times. Yeah, I Googled it and it looks like it's on track to be released later this year, and it will be, it's going to be released directly on HBO Max as opposed to like the DC app. But but yeah, there should be a season 3 coming. It got delayed because shooting and production on it got delayed because of COVID. Well, to me, the whole thing with Jason Todd was kind of weird because I don't think Jason Todd ever was part of the Titans. Like I might be wrong on that because I'm not like I read some of the early Titan comics and then I read some in the '90s, but I haven't read Titans in a long time, and I'm not an expert, but I don't remember Jason Todd being part of the Titans, nor do I remember uh, Dick Grayson having a relationship with Dove from Hawk and Dove. So that was kind of weird to me as well. Kyle, yeah, and then they brought Bruce Wayne in season 2, which seemed like I don't know. He seemed like he did a decent job, but he struck me as being kind of old. Like, I mean, obviously, we have seen older Batman Bruce Waynes, but he just felt kind of old to me. But I have to wonder if we'll ever see him actually dress up as Batman. So it may be immaterial. And then I thought it was cool. Like we got a glimpse of the Batmobile when we saw like the Batcave in the Titan episodes. So it'd be interesting if we ever got a better look at that. It looked kind of like the old yeah. I was gonna say Michael Keaton, but I think it had a more modern. I don't know, but it was all shiny. I remember it being shiny. We didn't get like a super great look at it, but and Deathstroke, I felt like he got his ass kicked pretty easy at the end too. Though I think they did an awesome. So I liked Dick Grayson's Robin costume. I didn't like Jason Todd's Robin costume. I don't know, it didn't look as good. But then I think they nailed the Nightwing costume. And I'll be curious if we ever see like Wonder Woman. It felt like they left it open to bring Wonder Girl back to life. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see her again. But I wonder if we'll see like actual Wonder Woman in the show or Superman with Connor Kent. Kyle, yeah, I all the casting I thought was dead on. I thought Dick Grayson was good. I thought Raven was good. Even um, damn now the character the the red hair. She probably as far as the somebody help me out with her name. I forgot the character's name. I keep wanting to say Firestar, not Firestar, but she probably was not like out of like just like looking like they do in the comics. Her character was probably the most off, but I thought she did a good job with it. So, what's up, the sci-fi and fantasy cast? And yeah, so Wonder Girl, I thought that was kind of lame how they killed her. Like she got electrocuted from. I mean, yeah, she was. I'm pretty sure Wonder Girl is very similar to Wonder Woman. So I felt like that should not have killed her. And I also thought it was like what Connor Kent could have easily caught that and taken the voltage, and he just sat there and watched it happen. Starfire, thank you, John. So yeah, I thought the actress that they got playing Starfire didn't really look like she does in the comics, but I thought she still did a good job with the character. But all the others, it's almost like they pulled them right out of the comic book pages. Beast Boy, um, Raven, Dick Grayson, Wonder Girl, Wade Wilson. I mean, that was dead on casting. Rose, I mean, I thought they did a good job with her. Jason Todd, maybe not as much, but he was kind of annoying, but he was supposed to be annoying. So Kyle, I don't think we can see Superman and Wonder Woman due to Warner Brothers' stupid doctrine that states that they can't have a movie character in the same time as a TV character. Well, but we got Batman, so kinda. So, I mean, I wouldn't expect it to be a full on. It'd either be like they'd be wearing civilian clothes, like Bruce Wayne, or you might see them from behind, or something like that, just like they did with Batman. But I wouldn't rule out necessarily actually seeing in some shape or form those characters pop up. Oh yeah, Crypto was good too, and he of course was the only one that actually flew because I'm pretty sure Starfire can fly, right, in the comics, but it didn't seem like she could fly in the TV show. And then we only saw Connor fly in when he was in that mental, projection world or whatever. But we didn't actually see him fly in like the real world. So Crypto is the only one that we saw actually fly, which was funny. Jerry, I and I know that actor is playing Bruce Wayne, but I can't picture where I've seen what other shows I've seen him in. Oh, and that the one episode where like Dick Grayson kept seeing Bruce, like the imaginary Bruce Wayne. I thought it was hilarious when he was in the strip club and Bruce Wayne was down on the stage dancing and he started doing the Batusi. I thought that was funny. John Estrada, it's almost a miracle to have a TV Superman show with Superman. So I watched the first 2 hour episode of the Superman CW series, and I thought it was pretty good, but I've not watched any of the others, and I thought it went on hiatus because of COVID, so that was kind of the reason why I kind of stopped watching that because I figured I'd wait till they picked it back up because I think they're showing Supergirl episodes now. Jerry Raven can fly, can she? Game of Thrones. Yes, that's where I remember him from now. Yeah, thank you. I was like, I know this actor, but I can't. Yeah, Game of Thrones. And is there one of the Flashes is supposed to be on the Titans team as well? So I would isn't he like Kid Flash or which was I always get them all confused, but it was originally Barry Allen, right? That was on the Titans or not? Or was it Barry? Yeah, what? I can't remember. But there was a Flash. There was definitely a Flash on the Titans originally, wasn't there? Martin, is the G.I. Joe Classified Major Blood come out on May 19th? So, Blood, I don't know if there's a specific date, but it should start showing up in stores in that window of May 15th to May 19th. Whether they will start releasing them early, well, I have no idea. I mean, Hasbro hasn't even officially announced the figure yet, so I don't know. But I mean, honestly, they could start showing up any time now. You know, if Targets start getting them in stock in their storeroom, you know, some Targets will probably start to put them out early, like we've always seen them do. So, you know, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if, you know, we start seeing them pop up in stores next week. But officially, based on what's been in the Target system, you know, May 19th seems to be a date of when they might start officially putting them out on shelves. But again, I would just keep an eye out, and yeah, and whether they're going to put it up online or what have you, I have no idea. Wally West, thank you, Michael. I knew there was a flat because I remember the costume, which was like a yellow, more of a yellowish costume than and didn't have the full mask. It just had like around, but I couldn't remember which one it was. Michael says the new season of Legends of Tomorrow is tonight. And the one actor quit the show. Apparently had a fallout with the studio. You know, the Rory character. You know, he. I don't know if he's going to be in the entire season or what, but he publicly stated that he quit the show the other week. Oh, John Estrada says the best episode was the dream one with the murderous Batman. I mean, yeah, you got to see the Joker a little bit and like some of the other Bat villains that had been murdered, but I don't know. I mean, granted, it was not real, but I don't see Batman ever, even if the Joker had killed like Gordon. I don't see Bruce Wayne going that route. But there was definitely some cool Easter eggs in that episode. And like they've mentioned Batgirl, so I have to wonder if we'll see a Batgirl show up at some point. Eric, do I think McFarlane will do a Dark Knight Mutant Leader build a figure? It's possible. I mean, you know, we've seen listings for a Dark Knight figure, so you know, whether it's a build a figure, a deluxe figure, mega figure, or whatever, you know, I wouldn't be necessarily surprised. Yeah, the ventriloquist and his puppet. Yeah, that was a good little Easter egg on the, you know, laying on the floor in Arkham. All right, so it's about 8:45, so I think I am gonna wrap it up. But so just this is your. Hell, I'm just gonna tell you guys. Tomorrow we're gonna see the Infinity Saga Quicksilver. So that should be tomorrow's Monday reveal. So shh, don't tell anybody. And you know, we'll have to see if the images, which I haven't seen the figure. I don't have any images. I don't know if they're gonna leak out or not, but I wouldn't be surprised. But if they don't leak out, then we should see it officially tomorrow around I think around 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So I'm looking forward. That's one that, yeah, I've been missing from my MCU collection for some time. So I'm looking forward to seeing that one. Uh, those are probably like the Warrior Thor from Endgame that was announced, you know, several weeks ago, and then this one, I think are definitely figures that I'm kind of excited for as far as MCU goes. I mean, there are some probably much cooler ones that are going to be in the Infinity Saga line, but those are ones that I've been kind of wanting for some time now. So, all right. So, once as always, thanks everybody who tuned in tonight. Much appreciated. Tentatively, I probably will do. I don't know if I'm going to do a news video tomorrow or wait until Tuesday after the Star Wars reveals for May the 4th. So I might do one tomorrow and then one Wednesday. I don't know. But definitely should have a couple news videos up this week. And then almost definitely we'll do another live stream next Sunday. So hopefully you guys will tune in. As always, stay safe out there. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Though I have to wonder if somebody's watching this as a live stream, they've probably already subscribed. But if not, please do. And I think I just broke 58,000 subscribers. So honing in on 60,000. One day maybe I'll get to 100,000. I'm not holding my breath, but maybe. But as always, guys, stay safe out there. And until next time, I'll catch you later. Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification to alert it every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News message boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great.